What's up, adventurers? My name is Platinum Phoenix, and welcome back to Fossil Fighters Champions. Last time, we learned about super evolution with Tefla here. And this time, we were told that the hot springs are now finally open, so we need to go see what it's all about. But while I was standing here, I actually noticed that Rupert was just kind of sitting here, so let's see what he has to say. I must prepare for the cup. I can't disappoint my father or his company. Alright, well, I guess you're just digging up starters. But let's go ahead and head up here to where the hot springs actually are. Hey, there you are, Phoenix. I could see Rockin' Billy right there. Wasn't he kicked out of here? He's sitting right there. This is the biggest hot spring I've ever seen. I can't wait to get in and start soaking. Oh yeah, this is the stuff. I feel my blues just washing away. I may never leave. Hurry and get in here, Phoenix. Huh? What's going on? Ew, the water's turned all gooey or goopy and gross. I gotta get out of here. Ah, the water's all sticky. Help me, I can't get out. What's wrong with the water? It's all jiggly. Oh my gosh. It's not water, it's jelly. Wait, hold on. God, you should not be... This is why you keep getting sick. You keep eating random jelly out of hot springs. It's grape jelly. Look, Phoenix, I don't care how tasty this is. You gotta get me out of here. Ah, yes. The best animation for pulling somebody out of jelly. Slightly move the model backwards. Not working, eh? Hey, wait, remember what Joe said when we joined the patrol team? He told us to report anything suspicious to the staff leader. You gotta run and tell Kent. He's Ilium's island staff leader, remember? Come on, I don't want to be trapped in grape jelly forever. Alright, well, so much for taking a dip. What does it actually say? The spring is filled with grape jelly. It smells like grape. I would assume so. Alright, well, we have to go tell Kent, and I believe he is probably going to be in his room in the fighter station. Alright, in the fighter station, I believe the staff leader's rooms are always over here in the leader's office. Kent, we have something to say. Hey there, little buddy, or little dude, what you need? You mean the whole hot spring turned to jelly? Bummer, dude. Well, if there are fighters trapped in goo, we gotta help them out. Come on, dude, let's tread tail and get over to the spring. No good, dude. He's stuck in there like a dude stuck in a pool jelly. Is that a saying where you come from, Kent? Because it's not one here. I bet the Bare Bones Brigade is behind this, dude. It seems like their style. They probably messed around with the hot spring water supply or something, yeah. This water comes down an undersea pipeline straight from Mount Krakenak over on Cranial Isle. You'll probably have to visit Mount Krakenak's crater to find a solution. You mind going, dude? It's way too hot there for a snow guy like me. I heard they just installed a gondola there that'll take you to the crater. Sounds like a killer ride, yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna run back to Ilium Village and see if I can round up some rescue staff. Once we're sure no one's gonna drown in jelly, I'll head over and help you out. Cool, dude? Alright, well, to Mount Krakenak we go then. Alright, Mount Krakenak. Wait. and told me that you're going into the volcano to check on the hot springs water supply. I'll go with you. I feel pity for Todd. No man deserves to be trapped in jelly. You know, kind of a weird reason, but I'll take it. Let's go, Rupert. And because the gondola is all the way in the back of this dig site, we're just going to take this odd well, which literally leads us directly in front of the gondola. There's the gondola. It should take us all the way down to the crater floor. Let's go, Phoenix. Great, onto the gondola we shall go then. And actually, it's a train, so we're just gonna go this way. And there are new Vivisaurs, I guess I should say a new Vivisaur on this gondola, but because it's such a short ride down, I'm going to hold off on the bio for at least a minute or so. Look there, Phoenix. Can somebody tell me exactly what these grunts are doing? Because they're straight up just walking back and forth and just looking at the machine, getting irritated, and walking back and forth again. They are literally doing nothing. And as you will see in a minute, they will literally do nothing. I knew I detected the stench of the Bare Bones Brigade on this plan. They must be interfering with the water supply. Let's make haste. All right, hold up, Rupert, because we have several new Vivisaurs that we need to talk about. And starting off, the first one is on the gondola, and it's Nippono, a neutral type backup Vivisaur, meaning its linking is actually better than some other backup Vivisaurs since it will never be resisted damage, which is great. It also has great support effects, a counter skill, which allows you to make your other Vivisaurs have the counter ability to make them hit the opponent whenever they are hit. And it has a rotate skill to really irritate your opponent. And with all of that, I would say it's an overall pretty good support zone Vivisaur that just wants to sit there and give you buff. But now starting on the crater, first up is Metri, which is a gigantic fossil rock Vivisaur, meaning you will get all 4 of its bones immediately, making it a very good Vivisaur to get. It is almost solely a supportive Vivisaur though, and by that I mean it has defensive support effects, which are good, but are kind of outclassed by other Vivisaurs. And it has great effects on its skills, being the 80% rotate and the 70% confuse. And then on top of that, if you really want to start gambling, it has a skill called Pandora's Box, which allows it to inflict random effects, which means you could literally inflict any status on any Vivisaur. So I guess let's go gambling. But it also has the Parting Blow skill, which means whenever it's under 10% of its health, it gets a 200% boost to attack and accuracy, and its defense and speed remain the same. But moving on, next up is Dacurus, which technically you can find in Hot Spring Heights, but I didn't talk about it there because it's a rare fossil there, and here you can find it a lot easier. But getting into it specifically, this thing loves poison. It has a poison effect on every single one of its damaging skills, which is actually helpful for it because it has pretty low attack or middling attack. So the poison kind of makes up for it not being able to just do raw damage. On top of that, it has FP Absorb for whenever it gets hit, and it has good support effects if you want it to sit in the support zone. So this thing can really sit wherever you want it to. But that is the last new Vivisaur that we can get right now, so we just need to run right down here, and a sinister feeling fills the air. Are you prepared for battle? Yes, we are. Heave-ho! Heave-ho! I work all day and get no pay! Hee-ho! Arr, arr. Faster, my roadies! Faster! Keep dumping that jelly powder in the hot springs, yet well. Halt, Fiend. Well, look here. You got guts showing your ugly mugs in a place like this. Since you came all the way here, I'll tell you a little secret. I'm one of the 3 Bare Bones Brigade commanders. The name's Lester, and I'm gonna rock your world. I don't like the way you said that, Lester. My plan's tighter than a snare drum. I just fill the hot spring with jelly so the fighters can't move. If they want out, they'll have to eat their way out. By the time they're free, they'll be too fat to compete in the cup. Man, I'm pretty great. And don't even think about trying to stop my plan, or I'll stomp your head to jam. Think you can handle this Lester character, Phoenix? I'll take out the lackeys guarding the machine. My bony sores are gonna play you the B flat chord of pain. Now let's get ready to roar! All right, starting this battle off with Lester. We by far have higher speed. And this is actually Zephyr's first battle as a Tesla. And I have to show you the biggest downside to super evolving there is. And that is, when you get access to it, we aren't a high enough fighter level to actually use any of its skills, besides Law of the Jungle, on turn 1. Meaning we have to wait at least 2 turns to do anything with Zephyr now, which is kind of a downside. But I think what I want to do first is I'm going to inflame Harpy, and then we're going to try to take out that B-Rex before it can do any shenanigans. Because we can running smash and just hit this B-Rex for all we have. That's 100 damage, but not anywhere close to enough. Oh, we're finally up to rank 4 Vivisaurs. And yeah, they're all over 150 health. That's not great. We only did about half of its life. And that's literally all we could do this first turn. So yeah, basically every single Vivisaur that you super evolve is going to have this same problem where you're going to have to gain a few extra fighter levels for them to even be able to attack efficiently. But next up, I'm going to inflame Zephyr. And then Zephyr, I think I want to attack the B Bronchio with Tefla Scale. So B Bronchio. Do I want to do that? Yeah, I think I want to take out the B Bronchio or hit it for a lot. Also, look how cool this animation is. I love that animation. Damn it, we didn't get the link. The link would have taken it out. That's fine. Next turn, we take out one of them, I guess. We get Bear Tactics. I really need to take out that B-Rex before it takes out Rock, because that would be bad. So I think what I'm going to do is actually, yeah, I think we want to take out the B-Rex. So we're going to inflame Harpy and hit it with another running charge. Our running smash. And that, if anything was indicating the 100 damage last time, yeah, it's taken out. That's good. Now they have nothing that's super effective on any of my team members, which is the best thing for me. And I have Zephyr still, which can take out B Tricera very easily. Oh, and this is our first look at a team attack. And this is the biggest difference about team attacks from the first game to this game. In the first game, team attacks could only be used if all 3 Vivisaurs were still alive. In this game, it only matters if the team attack could be used at all. So, since they are all 3 bony swords, they have the team attack for their bony swords, meaning that they are allowed to use it for this whole battle. And I think what we're gonna do is Tefla scale the B Tricera. And that does 92. That's like half of its health. And then I'm going to... Oh, we actually got the link that time. And then I'm going to Raptor Kick the Bronchio, which I think it said 1 HP, which is crazy. But that takes that out. And this fight is basically over. There's basically nothing he can do now that could stop us. I mean, he could keep using that scare team attack, but I don't even think that would really help him too much. We got Bony Rush against another water type, which I don't know why he wouldn't have attacked, say, Rock, but... And I think we're just going to Tefla scale again and take him out. We couldn't have got that crit last turn. Wouldn't be a Nintendo game if it wasn't for the random, unnecessary crit. And for that fight, we get 15 points for winning. Which, does that give us a rank? It does. Zephyr is rank 12. Which means it's already only 8 ranks away from being fully maxed out. What? Oh man, my Bonysaurus got beat like the bass player got at an easy listening concert. Hey, hold the phone. You're the fighter who beat all, aren't you? We got pasted. These old bones were no match for the young blood. Digger, destroy that machine. Of course, sir or madam, it will be my pleasure. Ah yes, the boulder punching machine. Now the machine punching machine. Control Alt Delete. Wow, really give that machine a thrashing. No! Operation Phil Hot Spring with Jelly is ruined! Ruined! Don't think I'll forget this, Pug. You and I will have a reunion special someday. Wait, Dad! Wait for us! Don't leave us behind! Don't leave us here today! What did they think we were gonna do? Have our dinosaurs eat them or something? The hot spring should be okay now. Oh wow! You okay, little dude? I knew those bare bone hoosers were behind this mess. Sorry it took me so long to get here, dude. But you seem okay without me. The rest of the jelly in the spring should totally melt away now. You dudes want to head back to Ilium Village? Yeah, Kent. Sure. Conveniently showing up here immediately after we beat it, or we beat the Bare Bones Brigade away and save the day. Hey! That jelly finally melted, so I was able to crawl to safety. But hooey! I smell terrible. It's like I'm like some sweat-covered grape candy or something. I hope Vivosaurs don't mistake me for dessert. Well, dude, you totally saved the day once more. The reputation of the Calisteel Patrol Team is growing by the day. Totally gnarlitude, dude. Anyway, yeah, I gotta go wax my snowboard, so I'll cheese you later. Hey, I heard all about it. We're supposed to be a team, guys. I mean, I'm the most beautiful member and all, but we're still a team. So why was I not informed? Huh? Because I was stuck in jelly? Oh, I see. So it was Phoenix who did all the work, Huh? Rupert was there too? Ha! What made the little rich boy decide to help? Were they carrying gold coins or something? I'll not defend myself to you. I just felt like helping, that's all. Huh? Well, whatever. I guess the reason doesn't really matter. There's no backing down now, Rupert. You fought the BB Brigade, and you've protected Caliseo Fossil Park for the sake of the cup. There's no doubt about it. You're the newest member of the Caliseo Patrol team. That's a great idea. Well, we'd love to have Rupert join us, right, Phoenix? You want me to join you? To become your friend? Wow, Rupert. You look almost happy. It's so unlike you. It's not that. I mean... Oh, very well. I suppose I might be just a little bit happy. Great! Then, from now on, the four of us are the Caliseo Patrol team. Just remember that I'm the pretty one, alright? Okay, let's do the patrol team cheer. Go team go! Fight team fight! We fight creeps all day and night! Go patrol team! She totally just made that up on the spot. And I don't want to hear anything any other way. Rupert? We all have to do this together, alright? Okay, let's try this one more time. Go team fight, go team go, fight team fight. We fight creeps all day and night. Go patrol team. What is this nonsense? Father. What do you think you're doing, Rupert? I've heard reports that you helped another fighter take on the Bare Bones Brigade. Need I remind you that you are the public face of the Fossil Dig Inc.? We cannot afford to have you going off on such fool's errands. You might have destroyed our image. This is a sad day for me as your father. I'm sorry, Father. Apologies are worthless without actions. If you are truly sorry, you can prove it by winning round 5 of the Caliseo Cup. Crush your enemies, Rupert, or I will know where your loyalties lie. Wow, Rupert, your dad is a real hard case. I can't believe he said that stuff to you. Don't concern yourself with it. I'm used to it. I'm sorry, but I won't be able to join the Caliseo Patrol team. For now on, just leave me alone. You know, I remember a time when I thought fossil battles were fun. I loved my Vivosaurs, and I felt excited when I battled with them. But at some point, I stopped being a carefree child and became a walking advertisement for Fossil Dig Inc. And the more famous I got, the less I was allowed to be myself. That's when fossil battles stopped being fun. They were just work, and eventually they bored me. And yet, when I was with you, for just a moment, I remember how I used to feel. Thank you, my friends, and goodbye. Goodbye? Oh, man. That's never a good thing to hear at a time like this. The Caliseo Cup Round 5 matches will now begin. Joni has been selected as Phoenix's Round 5 opponent. We have a correction. Princess Pooch will be Phoenix's opponent. Please prepare, then check in at Ilium Village Fossil Stadium. I know you're probably feeling sad, but it's time to step up. I'm going to prepare for my battles, and I suggest you do the same. I swear, Phoenix, you better fight with everything you got. I'm planning to battle you in the final round, so I won't forgive you if you lose. I think Pauline was trying to cheer you up in her own way. But seriously, Phoenix, go out there and have a fun fossil battle. Alright, well, before we actually do our round 5 match, I actually want to head back to the crater of Mount Krakenak, because you might have noticed in the bios that the crater of Mount Krakenak is actually separated into 3 different sections. But since when you get right here, it tells you to start the battle, you don't actually get access to Area C. And there is one new Vivisor that can be found here, and I would be remiss if I did not talk about it. So, the new Vivisor that can be found here is the T-Rex. And I love that it is here, because in the first game, it's relegated to the post game, which is a crime. This thing is so awesome, and it's kind of sad that you had to come back here to get it, and that nobody tells you about it. But getting into T-Rex specifically, it is the embodiment of an attacker. It has the highest attack stat in the game, naturally at 99, and then with an armed fossil, that can be boosted to the highest attack stat that you can get in the game by just having fossils at 109. It's crazy how much damage this thing can do. It also can attack all of your opponents at once using its first skill, which is incredible. And it has several scare skills that make your opponents not be able to use several of their own skills. But other than that, it also has Law of the Jungle just so it can keep living. It has awful support effects, but if you are using it correctly, you shouldn't be using it in the support zone anyway. So its support effects do not matter because it lives in the attack zone. And this is the first new Vivisor since we got the miraculous fossil rock that can super evolve into the T-Rex Lord. And this thing, if the T-Rex is the embodiment of an attacker, this thing is like a nuke on steroids, because it is crazy how much damage this thing can do. The T-Rex Lord has all of its stats boosted as long as you're factoring in the boost from the gold fossil. It also, on top of that, it loses its ability to hit all of the opponents at once on its first skill. And in fact, that first skill of the T-Rex Lord has no special effect. So it is just doing damage. And because of this, I would describe the T-Rex as a Vivisor that is specialized at dealing a ton of damage to a lot of Vivisors all at once and kind of taking down a team in chunks all at the same time, while the T-Rex Lord specializes in literally just blasting a Vivisor off the face of the earth one at a time, because its stats are insane and its skills just match those stats, and you can obliterate basically anything that is across from it, and it's crazy. All right, now with the bios over, it is time for the round 5 of the cup. But before we actually head inside, I want to just have everyone meet our final team member. Say hello to Obsidian the T-Rex. I love this thing, and being able to use it on an actual team instead of it being relegated to the post game is great. It is only rank 1 because I only found its head, but I did have that extra wondrous fossil, so it is now yellow instead of red, and I just love this thing and really wanted to use it. Plus, we needed another Vivisor that can really sit in the attack zone, because right now we only have Zephyr that can really sit up there and do a lot of damage, so I wanted an extra Vivisor that can do that. And yes, that means I am not using a long-range Vivisor, and I'm actually not the biggest fan of long-range Vivisors, because they're just kind of harder to use and harder to set your team around, rather than mid-range Vivisors and close-range Vivisors. But with that being said, on to round 5. Arf, arf. Princess Booch wishes for me to give you this message, no? Fate is cruel to make us battle each other, so... But if it must be, know that I shall not be defeated. The next match is Danny versus Phoenix. I'm sorry. We have just been informed that Princess Pooch will be battling instead. Combatants should enter the stadium immediately. Sour de jour. Or soup de jour. I am so very excited to see you make with the fossil battle. All right, starting our battle with Princess Pooch. We are very much faster. And I just want to read what I have written in my notes. It just says, round 5 of the Coliseum Cup. Fight Princess Pooch. Full water team. Sorry, Obsidian. It's why I only thought to go ahead and get its head, because I didn't feel like trying to find a bunch of its different fossil types when it wasn't going to be helpful in this fight at all. Also, Jesus Christ, look at those support effects. That's coming from the Maple, if you could believe it or not. Or Marple, I believe is what its name is. That thing gives insane support effects and is very much the thing you want to take out first. If I could just not have slippery ice. We are going to move back. And I want to look at this. Yeah, plus 40 to every stat from this thing. It's crazy. Luckily, it only has 116 life and is very frail, so it can be taken out fairly easily. But, I mean, my god, is that a lot of support effect it gives. Not to mention that the Gomps also give some support effects to defense and evasion, but nowhere near as much as this Marple. So we're going to try to take out this Marple right here. More than enough. Perfect. I don't think we needed the crit, but that makes this fight so much easier. And yeah, we're going to end turn so that Zephyr can basically just obliterate these two things, one right after the other. And of course, because they are all 3 water types, they have their team attack they're going to use. Please do not confuse anyone. Thank you. I don't think anyone got confused. And you did like 30 damage total. Oh, the Gomp Romp. So what we are going to do next is, I think, well, we're going to rotate back to the front is what we're going to do. And then I think I want to attack the back one first, because I don't want the support effect to really deal with it. So we're going to hit the back one, and then the front one should go down pretty easily next turn. Again, another crit that I don't think we needed. We're doing almost 300 damage a turn, and I don't think we have needed to any of the turns. I'm sorry, Princess Pooch, but this fight really is not going your way. And we got the Gomp combo. I also haven't mentioned it, but I like how the animations for most of the Vivisaur's attacks are just one long animation. And what I mean by that is that it's usually the final skill, so the third skill that a Vivisaur can use, is usually the full animation. And then for its previous skills, so the first and second skills, they usually just cut the animation short to show different things. So like the first move of the Gomp is the trunk hit, and then it's the trunk hit and like the charge is the second skill. And then it's the trunk hit, the charge, and then I think it stomps on you for the third skill. But only the third skill has the full animation, and I think it's really cool how they do that. But we got, I believe, 10 points for that. And Rock just got a level up, or a rank up. Oh, and Medusa gets a rank up, even though Medusa has not been in a fight for a minute. Great job, Phoenix! I always get so excited watching you battle. And Princess Pooch, you really gave it your all out there. But the loss is the loss. No, there is nothing more we can do. Come, Princess. It seems we must leave back to the kingdom of Nomadistan. Your Highness, this was magnificent. Minister Barbosa has been most inspired to speak. Minister Barbosa curses himself for ever doubting the wonderfulness of fossil battles. One can see how Princess Pooch has become so enamored with him. Very well. Minister Barbosa can see that your passion for battling is both true and strong. Princess Pooch is hereby granted permission to remain on the fossil park for as long as she wishes. Aruta! It is most exciting for you, is it not? Party Blue, that idea, it is fantastic. We will go excavate the fossil rocks right away. It has been far too long since I've seen. Since Princess Pooch has been so happy. Minister Barbosa expects to see you succeed in this cup. Do not let him down. Now, with your permission. Dude, that was some serious smoke and battle. You made it all the way to the semifinals. I know you're not in this for the money and stuff, but here's a prize anyway, dude. And with that, we get the final of the mask. The one mask that we cannot purchase with donation points. That's a special mask, dude. It has a totally eerie power. If you wear that mask when you excavate fossil rocks, you'll totally see what I mean. What you mean is that wearing it means we can only find fire-type fossil rocks, which is good for me, because I need to go find more T-Rex fossils. But with that, we have been promoted to Fighter Rank 8. And finally, we can now use Tefla's skills turn 1 of a battle again. Good luck with your next match, dude! All round 5 matches of the Calisteel Cup have been completed. Also, a new dig site is open, Ice Grip Plateau. Ice Grip Plateau is a frigid dig site of massive ice flows on a vast sea. Fighters are urged to travel there and prepare for the semifinals. Ice Grip Plateau, oh wow, that's where mythical fossils of ancient times await you in the ice. Just thinking of it gives me chills, and not because of the cold, but because I'm excited. It seems our little jelly plan has ended in abject failure. First Cole, and now Lester. The idiocracy of my commanders is becoming a real bone of contention. I'm sorry, Don Boneyard! Don't take it so hard there, chum. I'm sure your little brain worked as hard as it possibly could. Please, Don Boneyard, hear me out. I have a new plan that's bound to work. See, this time we distract all the male fighters with hip electronic gadgets so they forget the cup. I just need video games, DVD players, about 300 cell phones, and the world's largest flat screen TV. Darn Boneyard! Wait, my new plan is gonna rock your socks off. See, this time I'm gonna sneak chocolate pudding into the hot spring. I call it Operation Dump Gooey Pudding in the Hot Spring. And then that's followed by Operation Laugh Maniacally. Stick that plan in your mirror, wannabe. You're so tragically unhip it hurts. Oh, wow. It's like both of you are the exact same guy. Ah, Lola, where have you been? Huh? Oh, right. Sorry, Don B. But I had to go do a little karaoke. See, if I sing for 6 hours or so, it aligns all my energy and gives me maximum power. So yeah, I think you can relax now, Don B. I've got a plan that'll cancel that cup in a flash. It's groovy, man. You're gonna love it. I wouldn't be so confident, sister. Yeah, I mean, I had a great plan and look how that turned out. Yeah, but your plans were like totally useless, right? You gotta be like me, guys. You gotta like expand your mind. I must admit, after seeing these two fools flail about, I have my doubts about your plan. Your plan will succeed so easily. However, Lola, you are one of my 3 commanders, and I suppose you deserve at least one chance. Very well. We shall execute Lola's plan immediately. Ah, thanks, Don B. But I could maybe use a little help from the boys. Cole Lester, you will give Lola whatever assistance she requires. And make no bones about it. I will accept no further failure. Of course, Don Boneyard. Whatever you wish. Ah, man. I don't want to play second fiddle to some backup singer. But yeah, alright, I'll do it. You're totally gonna love this plan, Don B. I promise. All the fighters will be like, bummer. And then we'll be like, boo. Alright. Now, with the round 5 of the Coliseum Cup over, I think we're going to end this episode here. So, I hope that everyone enjoyed watching. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Next time, I think we have some stuff to do at some past dig sites before we move forward. But until then, happy adventuring.